Oil is costly, but cannot quench thirst. And darkness can blind the eye, but cannot blind secrets. Welcome to another episode. And today we're going to section 6 of chapter 12 of the Holy Quran. And section 6 begins with sign 43. Let's see. Oh God. Wakala al-mulk. Inni ara sab'a bakaratin simanin ta'kuluhunna sab'un ijafun. The king, into brackets, of Egypt said, Kala, I do see, into brackets, in vision, I do see seven fat kine. Kine is spelled Kine, comma, whom, yeah, let's stop there, let's see, I think that's where I wrote, sab'a, yeah, we continue. 7 fat kine, whom 7 lean ones devour. That's the dream of the king of Egypt at that time. وسبع سنبلات خضر أخرى أخرى يابسات and 7 green ears ears EARS, in case I don't call it well. And 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others in brackets, withered, withed, Hadarun wa ukhra yabisatin, withered. Ya ayyuhal mulk, ya ayyuhal malau, ya ayyuhal malau, ya ayyuhal malau, aftuni fi ru'ya, in kuntum lil ru'ya, in kuntum lil ru'ya taburun, pardon me. Ya ayyuhal mulku, O ye chiefs, Ya ayyuhal mulku, O ye chiefs, expound to me my vision, if it be that ye can interpret visions. There is commentary to read, and that's 1700. The Pharaoh is holding a council, full stop. His confidential advisor, the cupbearer, is present. The Pharaoh relays his double dream, comma, and dash, of 7 fat kine being devoured by 7 lean ones, and of 7 fine, full green ears of corn, presumably being devoured. Presumably being devoured is in brackets. Presumably being devoured by 7 dry, withered ears. Impossible, isn't it? Okay, that's the commentary to read. That's the commentary to in the end of the commentary to read, commentary 1700. We go to the next sign. Pardon me. It's asking them to interpret the visions. We go to sign 44. Kalu adgatul ahlamin. Kalu adgatu ahlamin. Uh, they said, a confused medley of dreams. When I read this area, I'll always laugh. When your king asks you to interpret dreams, then you are seeing a medley of dreams. Of course, they are dreams. And whether they are medley or not, they are dreams. Interpret them. Then they said, a confused medley of dreams. Ma nahnu, ma nahnu, ya will, ma nahnu yawili al-ahlamil bi-alimina. Yes, bi-alimin. And we are not skilled in the interpretation of dreams. And we are not skilled in the interpretation of dreams. Ma nahnu liyawil al-ahlam bi-alimin. There's commentary to it, 1701. 1701. No one in the council apparently wanted to take the responsibility either of interpreting the dream or of carrying out any measures consequent on the interpretation. They don't want to try because if they are not able to interpret it well, they don't know what happens to them. That's why they see it meaning here, consequent. We go to sign 45. Okay. وقال الذي نجا منهما وقال الذي نجا منهما وأدكر بعد بعد أمة أنا أنبئكم بتأويله فأرسلونا فأرسلوني. Sorry. But the man who had been released, one of the two, into brackets, who had been in prison. Yes, one had been released from prison, one was killed. One of the two who had been released from prison and who now remembers him after so long a space of time said, I will tell you the truth of its interpretation. Send ye me, therefore. Oh, I haven't gotten there. Bagda ummatin. Ana anbi'ukum bitawil fa'arsuluni. Let's go to commentary for it. 1702. At length, the cupbearer's conscience was awakened. Remember, he had forgotten to remember Joseph to the king, like Joseph asked him to. Pardon me. Had been awakened. He thought of Joseph. Full stop. He, Joseph, was a truthful man. And the cupbearer knew by personal experience how skillful he was in the interpretation of dreams. Full stop. Perhaps he could get him released at this juncture by getting him to interpret the king's dreams. Yes, there is time for everything. He didn't remember Joseph, but now God Himself pro- provided the time, the opportunity for him to remember Joseph and to bring him. So Joseph would be released. Okay. Uh, king's to interpret the king's dream. Full stop. If he had been frank, straight, and direct, he would have mentioned Joseph at once, and presented him to Pharaoh. But he had worldly subtlety. He had worldly, yes, subtlety. Full stop. He wanted some credit for himself at the same time that he fulfilled an old obligation. His pretty conscience would be satisfied if he got Joseph's release. But meanwhile, he wanted to see how much attention he could draw to himself in the courts. So he just asked permission to withdraw in order to find the interpretation. He went straight to the prison and addressed himself to Joseph, as in the following verse. So it looks like he didn't tell the king directly that it was Joseph who will come and interpret the dreams. Pardon me if I'm mistaken. Uh, so let's go to the following verse or the following ayah, the following sign. And that is sign 46. Am I right? Yes, that's sign 46. Uh, Yusuf, Yusuf, Ayuha, Ayuha Sadikun, Ayuha Sadiq, Yusuf, Ayuha Sadiq, Iftina fi sab'u bakaratin simanin yakuluhunna yakuluhunna sab'u ijafun wa sab'u sumbulatin hadrin wa ukh wa ukh wa ukhara wa ukhara wa ukhara yabis saatin la alliya arji'u ila nasi la allahum ya lamun. Oh Joseph, said the cupbearer. Oh Joseph, he said, the cupbearer said, a man of truth. Are you a Sadiq? A man of truth. Are you a Sadiq? Expound to me, or expound to us, into brackets, the dream of 7 5 kine, whom 7 lean ones devour, and of 7 green ears of corn, and into brackets, seven others with it, that I may return to the people, and that they may know. You see mankind. So he's not telling Joseph to tell him the truth so that he will go and gain fame with the truth. Well, we are all like that. We are all like that. They may know. There is commentary to it, 1703. What does it say? The speech must have been longer, to explain the circumstances. We are just given the points. Full stop. From Joseph, he conceals nothing. From Joseph, he conceals nothing. He knows that Joseph knows more than himself. He tells Joseph that if he got the meaning, he would go and tell the council. Full stop. It would be impertinent for the cupbearer to hold out to Joseph, the prophet of God, the bribe of the hope of his release. Full stop. Notice how blandly he avoids referring to his own lapse in having forgotten Joseph so long, and how the magnanimous Joseph has not a word of reproach, but gets straight on with the interpretation. That's commentary 703 to sign 46. We now go to sign 47. Sign 47. Carla said, that Joseph said, Joseph said, uh, tasra'una sab'u sinina da'aban. Tas tasra'una sab'a sinina da'aban fama fama hasattum fazaruhu fi sin fazaruhu fi sunbulati fi sumbulahi fazaruhu fi sumbulahi illa qalilan mimma na'kulun. Joseph said, "For 7 years shall ye diligently sow, as is your wont." Wont is spelled W-O-N-T. It's Old English. As in your wont. And the harvest that ye reap, ye shall leave them in the ear, except a little, of which ye shall eat. We go to the commentary to that, 1704. Joseph not only shows what will happen, but unasked suggests the measures to be taken for dealing with the calamity when it comes. Indeed, this is a very good interpreter of dreams. It's not good to interpret dreams and then there's nothing to be done about it. When it comes, there will be 7 years of abundant harvest. With diligent cultivation, full stop. With diligent cultivation, they should get bumper crops. Bumper crops. Bumper spelled B-U-M-P-E-R. Get bumper crops. Of them, they should take a little for their sustenance and store the rest in the ear. The better to preserve it from the pests that attack corn heaps. Corn heaps is hyphenated. Corn heaps. When they have passed through the threshing floor. When they pass through the threshing floor. We go to the next sign, which is sign 48. Yes, sign 48. Yes, we're going to sign 48. Joseph continues. ثم يأتي من بعد ذلك سبع شداد يأكلون ما قدمتم لهن إلا قليلا مما تحسنون. Then will come after that period in brackets, then will come after that period 7 dreadful years The years is in brackets. In Arabic, is not there. Then 7 dreadful years, which will devour what ye shall have laid by in advance for them. Dash, all except a little. The all is in brackets. All except a little, which ye shall have specially guarded, which you shall specially guarded. Full stop. Commentaries 1705. There will be, there will follow 7 years of dreadful famine, which will devour all the stores which they will have laid, laid by in the good years. They must be careful, even during the famine, not to consume all the grain. They must, by special arrangement, save a little for seed, seed, for seed, lest they should be helpless, even when the Nile brought down abundant waters from the rains at the sources. So if they don't have enough seeds, even when water comes in abundance, they cannot start new crops. They cannot sow. They have no seeds to sow. And that's 1705 to sign 48. Now we go to sign 49. ثم يأتي من بعد ذلك عام فيه يغاث الناس وفيه يكسرون وفيه يسرون فيه يسرون. Then will come after that period in brackets, then will come after that a year in which the people will have abundant water, and in which they will press, but into brackets, wine and oil. They will press wine and oil. Well, in Arabic language, when they say they will press, everybody knows that it's wine and oil. We go to sign 7, commentary 1706. We go to commentary 1706. This is a symbol of a very abundant year, following the 7 years of drought. Full stop. The Nile must have brought abundant fertilizing waters and silts from its upper reaches, and there was probably some rain also in Lower Egypt. Full stop. The vine and the olive trees, which must have suffered in the drought, now revived and yielded their juice and their oil. Am I in the right line? And yielded trees. And yielded their juice and yielded their juice and their oil. Yeah, I'm in the right line. And oil, must have been grown, as there was irrigated land and and to spare from the abundant green crops. Full stop. And the people's spirit revived, to enjoy the finer products of the earth, when their absolute necessities had been more than met in their grain crops. And that is a commentary to sign 49. And that happens to be the last sign of section 6. So section 6 is made up of only a few signs. I think, viewers, we shall pause here. When we come back, we will go to section 7. May God be with you all. Thank you very much. Ila lekai. Bye bye. Au revoir.